ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Geek Culture Congress. I am your host, as always, Louis DJ Speedy Jr. Gonzalez. I'm here with the multifaceted and talented Tarek Lewis. Tarek, what's up?
What's going on, everyone? Ready to get this thing going?
All right.
Happy to be here once more.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Albert, I'll introduce you in a moment, but Albert, just want you to know that you're our very first physical guest in the studio for the Geek Culture Congress. So, yes, we're moving up a little bit.
Okay? No disrespect to Cam. Cam has been here, but
creator.
This is the first time also streaming video, right?
Yes, we're also doing a video on YouTube, so you can actually see our ugly mugs. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm soaked in cocoa butter, so I look okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Albert De Armas, who is the creator and founder of Dearmas Comics. He is also the creator of the brand new comic book, which is out on Dearmas Comics right now, which is called Alienox.
Yep.
And we brought him here to talk a little bit about his new project and what his inspirations for doing this, working on this project. And welcome to Geek Culture Congress, Albert. Welcome.
Oh, I mean, thank you guys for inviting me here. It's gonna be my first interview in English, by the way. So I will be trying very hard to express myself in the correct way possible. So if I say something wrong or something that you guys don't understand, just play with it like you guys understand it, and I will be more happy than you guys.
Just to set up everyone for just to understand where Albert King, who he's known in the Spanish language radio and also stand-up comedy in Spanish. Albert King. Mr. Albert De Armas is very famous here in Florida as well as Puerto Rico as a what we call in Spanish a locutor, a Spanish MC on Spanish radio and Spanish top 40 stations, and also doing morning shows. He did morning shows for many years here in Tampa and in Orlando area, also in Puerto Rico. And he does right now still continue to do a Spanish morning show in Delaware and Jersey. That's on Ritmo 96.9 over there, right?
That's right, yeah.
And you also have your own online radio station that you work on as well.
Yeah,
go ahead and plug that real quick. Mega Radio. So if you're Hispanic and you want to hear some good morning show content, you could check them out on that. But this is like completely different from what you've done before. As I know you've done stand-up comedy in Spanish, and I know that you used to do. Or I used to work, secret. I worked with Albert for many years in different radio companies, and I know that he's always been an artist.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that you've actually taken something of a creation out of your mind and actually put it as a product and as a product for people to consume. So, first off, how did you start in doing art? And then we'll talk about what made motivations for you to start doing this comic.
Okay, well, first fair. I think I born with the talent.
Yeah.
My mother is an incredible artist. She used to draw beautiful things since I was a child. My grandfather also was a great sketcher.
Really?
And, but back in the days, old schoolers, drawing wasn't that good. It was like, you are not going to live doing that, so you need to make some money.
Yeah.
So my grandpa never pursued it.
Right.
But my mother, she was born in another generation, and she was more open to the creativity side, and she started working with her gift about drawing women dresses, and she started making real dresses for people, and then she studied that on college, and then she became a professional designer.
Nice.
So I always was watching pencils, crayons, paper all over the place because of her. And when she noticed that I have the talent to draw, she just indirectly is the correct word.
Mm-hmm.
She just put the paperwork that she have, the rolls of paper in the floor,
right.
and she put me there with some pencils to see what I was doing, and it was a playground for me. So I started drawing until the art get perfecting by itself. And then I started studying arts as supposed to be, and I love it. I know about acrylic. I know about painting. I know about art and craft, and and also the art that I decided to be my art was sketching, drawing, cartoons, and all that. And I've been doing that since I was 5 years old.
Wow.
And when I practiced and became more professional about it, I was like 15 years old.
Wow, really?
15 years old, I was having my own comic strip on a local newspaper.
Really? I didn't even know that. So
It's called La Perla del Sur. And that newspaper
means the Pearl of the South.
Pearl of the South,
who doesn't know Spanish.
And it was a local newspaper from the south of Puerto Rico. And I went there one day. I said, listen, I want to do some characters. I have some stories to tell. Give me some space. And they said, well, we're going to tell you the gaps. Because back in the day, it wasn't computer.
Right.
They really, copy and paste was copy and paste.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
it was copy with a copy and paste with paste.
That was like that back in the day. So they was giving me some areas, some gaps that they don't have anything to put there.
Wow.
So I was there the whole day watching what areas I would be able to do my comic strip. So I do it on spot. What area? Oh, 2 squares? Okay, I'll do a comic strip of 2 squares.
Wow.
A joke about 2 squares. And I make the joke right there. It was very organic and very fun.
Nice.
And it helped me a lot to realize how to do continuity drawings about a character saying something and ending with a good punchline. So it helped me a lot to build the jokes very fast.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize I was also in a training to be a DJ someday. I didn't know it, but I was doing it right there. I was 15 years old in that newspaper.
Right. Or your comedy and stuff. You were practicing already.
Yeah, practicing comedy, yeah.
Wow, great.
It was crazy.
And then you told me a story about when you used to sit in front of the port of San Juan and sketch people.
Yeah, when I was...
Give that answer real quick before we go on to the comic book.
When I was in college, I was trying to pay the dorm, and I went to the cruise port in Old San Juan, and I draw every tourist. I charge $1 per cartoon. And it was fun because I didn't have any license to do. You're supposed to have a license to do that. So I was doing something illegal right there.
Right.
Because there was people paying a monthly fee to sit down there and sketch people. But I was doing it just, imagine, you're a student, 19 years old, let's do it. So I sit down and start drawing for $1 a piece. And people were sitting down there charging $25 a piece. So I'm getting all the tourists with me.
Yeah, you undercutting the market, yeah.
Big time. That's why they were calling me the cops and all that. And I was running like was selling drugs, you know what I mean? But in reality, I was just sketching the same that they do, but more faster and charging $1. Back in the days, I was living the dream. Imagine that. Just in a weekend, I was doing like $1,500, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was crazy.
Wow.
And it also helped me to draw very fast and because the police was coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was crazy.
You ever draw the police as you were running from them?
Yeah. I even draw with the police running back. Yeah, it was crazy.
All right. So we're going to talk a bit about where does the Alienox idea come from and what inspired you to create it?
Well, I have been very... my dad used to have a video club back in the days before Blockbuster arrived and killed all
it was like a video rental place.
Yeah, video rental place. And I was introduced to a bunch of movies, right? I was, after school, I need to sit down there. It's a family business. So that was my house. So I needed to do rewind to the VHS and I needed to watch some movies and all that all day. And I became a fan of the movies from Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, everything that was like out of reality,
right?
Science fiction and all that. I was in love with. I even became a fan of horror movies like Freddy Krueger, characters like Freddy Krueger. Jason wasn't not part of my favorite list, but Freddy was my favorite one. And Chucky
was better.
Chucky was also great. And that type of stories, I really was very attracted to. So when I saw the movie Inner Space, remember that movie? It's a comedy movie with
where
Dennis
the guy
Quaid.
he gets really small and goes inside the body of somebody.
I do not remember this movie. I'm gonna have to go look it up now.
That movie is crazy. They shrink a guy so they can put him in a body with a syringe.
Right.
inside another human being, but they mistakenly put the guy inside another person, and that person is the comedian of the movie. That he start hearing the guy because the guy connect in the ears, say like, "Hey, I'm here. I need help. I'm in the wrong body." And I was like, "Oh my." My head explode right there. I said, this was pushing the envelope in so many levels that I fall in love with the idea. And then I realized that wasn't an original idea. I was start like doing my research, and suddenly Horton Hears a Who by Dr. Seuss.
Oh, yeah, that was.
It's a big elephant that talk with tiny people in a flower. It's basically the same thing. So I was like, oh man, I want to do something with that involve a superhero or something like that involve the same theme, the same storyline, because it's no superhero doing this. You know what I mean? So I start doing that. And then I realized that I need to know some writer knowledge to start writing a comic book. Right. It's not like that fast.
Yeah.
So I bought a couple of apps in the computer and for writers. And then from that point on, I start really understanding what story is all about. Because check this out, Speedy. When I opened the application, it says, how many characters? So I have 5, 8, boom, 8 characters. And then who's he, what he does, where he live, boom, 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 boom. A bunch of questions about that characters. So I need to fill out that. So I never thought about where he live, why, how old is he, what he want to do. And I start filling all these to create a story. I was rushing to the story, but this was stopping me right there.
Yeah.
And then when I said like he have a sister, then what's the sister's name? So everything start like building itself in front of me.
Yeah, it's like building blocks.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so difficult. This is something that became a challenge for me.
Right.
And I say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So they have a timeline, and I need to portray the timeline. And I said, in the timeline, I need to define what happened and what time happened and what he was doing or what was, it's very complicated.
Right.
And I also fall in love with the process. It took me a while because
you had to learn how to do it, right?
After I learned what to do, also I need to learn grammar, spelling. My main language is Spanish. It's not English. Right. So I was trying hard. So I find people that help me right away. People that say, hey, it's cool, but you are saying that is so many times. You need to erase all that is. And there's so, so that you need to erase.
Just some context stuff.
Yeah. So they started like fixing there was co-workers that helped me a lot. That said, give me the script. I will help you. So they helped me. But then again, there was another person that was very into comics and said, now it's well written, but it's not comic well written. Give it to me and I will fix it. So he fixed what another one fixed, and I was having editors. You know what I mean? Working with the whole story.
Right.
And it was great. The whole process was like 2 years. It took like 2 years to have my story complete. We're talking about 172 pages.
Man.
Wow.
So
what we've read in the first issue, because me and Tarek already read it, that's just the surface.
The surface. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I didn't.
Because we had a discussion prior to the show, and we were like, hey, we're kind of confused about some things, about some, like what we read so far. We're like, I guess the second one, will explain a little bit more better.
Yeah, the second is full of answers.
I see.
Not all the answers. It's a couple of them that will answer the first one. And it have a lot of action panels that I was crazy to do action panels. So I want to have action panels in the second one too.
There's an interesting quote that you started the comic book off with. It says, there are as many atoms in a single molecule of your DNA as there are stars in a typical galaxy. We are each of us a little universe, which is a quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson, which is a famous astrophysicist, I guess.
Yeah,
something like that. It's something that you require multiple PhDs for.
Yeah. Dude, the thing is that when I was writing this story, and I was trying to make as real as possible this story, even though it's science fiction, I saw a documentary about this guy, right? And he put in the TV, I have the picture of a galaxy, a real galaxy, and a picture of another thing that looks exactly as a galaxy, but it was inside of us. The picture was exactly the same.
Wow.
And he said, like, it looks like a galaxy, right? And everybody in the audience was like, yeah. So yeah, let me unzoom it a little bit. Let me get out of there a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. And he was portraying a very microscopic area inside one of the eye bulbs. And he said, well, what if we are living in somebody's eyeball? Because that was the same place when you saw it at first.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind. It was like, wow. Well, we never gonna know. It's crazy, but it's good enough for the comic. So I brought that to me as a first panel,
right?
Because it's telling you something's going on. So from this point, we are going to have a story.
Yeah, it's a great lead-in for what the comic may or not be about.
Yeah, you read the comic, the Alienox comic?
I did. Yeah,
yeah. It's I call it the eye opener for Donovan.
Yeah,
the character. It's like, what is going on? You were with Donovan. You don't know what's going on.
Right.
The only thing you know is that you didn't kill those kids. I don't want to spoil everything in the comic, but he's been like a suspect for a murder that he didn't commit.
Yeah,
right.
Or at least that was his thing.
Well, let's get the people a brief preview of what the whole comic is about. Can you just
it's about the whole story of Alienox is a guy that is contacted by an inner being. That's what
his
his
name is. Donovan.
Right? Yeah, Donovan.
And we don't quite know exactly who Donovan is or nothing about him.
Soon you will know.
Which as I told you was my problem with it. But you said soon I'll know. Okay, fine.
yeah, because to tell you who he is, then it will spill some beans.
All right.
So that's why I needed to hook people with the story. Like, okay, something's going on here. I put a little bit of everything that is going on, like Warion, the character Warion, the character Dr. Woodlin, the Donovan character, the Dr. Furmore. Is these guys all are related, but you need to know. You need to keep reading to know what is everything's going.
Right.
Where is everything's going to, and you will be amazed. Really, it's amazing. But if I need to tell you in one sentence what it is about, is a guy that is contacted by an inner being.
Okay,
that's what everything is about. His powers will be the abilities that he will be acquiring by the help of the inner beings.
Got you.
So he has like a whole planet living inside of him.
Yeah.
And his powers come from that planet, I guess, or the beings on that planet.
The living beings that are inside him, right? Are the one who need him.
At the end, a bunch of stuff happens in the comic book that I don't want to ruin for anybody. I want everybody to go check it out, experience it for themselves, and just understand that it's just a chapter 1. Of course, you're not gonna have a conclusion at all.
Yeah.
And it's just scratching the surface of what the whole story is about Alienox is. The main characters, you have Warren, who is a soldier that he volunteers for this this experiment to have the extraterrestrial life for the human skin, right? Something happens to him and he disappears, but we'll find out more about him later, right?
Yeah.
Then we also have the Dr. Woodling, which I think he's kind of like the antagonist. He's one of the bad guys, kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
but not really.
He's in a, you don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
He's going to be
complicated.
He's going to be like one of the antagonists.
We have Daphne, which is Warren's wife, and something happens to Daphne in the story, which I won't ruin for everybody, but we're not exactly sure what happens to her in the story.
Something happened.
Something happened to her that she gets that she's gone, but we to not ruin the whole complete story for you, I won't talk about more about it.
you see how hard it is with no spoilers.
It's very hard. Of course, Donovan is our main protagonist.
Yeah.
And we just don't know about Donovan, right, except for what you put here in his little explanation. A lonely traveler with an unknown past with nothing to lose. So you didn't really give us much to go on there.
Yeah. When you got nothing to lose, sky's the limit. Yeah.
But it was interesting. And Dr. Fillmore is the other, I like the other antagonist, the other bad guy, or the other guy with questionable motives in the story.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the superhero antagonist, which is the Blood Mask,
which
which is, I guess, the other planet per se. If we're talking about the planets that
Speedy is a smart guy.
He's the other planet trying to destroy or take over the planet that's living inside of Donovan, I guess. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's very good. The art is very good. I'm actually on the video. This
is the cover of the comic book.
Yeah.
Right here, and this is the comic. And can you when you see the cover, is a frustrated Donovan walking, right?
Right.
And the way I wanted to portray that, you see a shadow there. That's a shadow of something that is coming to him, and it's very interesting and very important to see this cover because it's the more simplistic way to portray the whole situation. He don't know what's going on. Something is going to happen to him, and he really don't understand whatever is taking place in his life right now. And I try to portray that in the front cover because it was the first chapter, it was the first issue, and I don't want to put superheroes in the cover yet. I don't want to. I don't want to do anything that tells you this is gonna be like bad guy versus good guy because it's not. It's more profound. So I needed to put something that tells you what's going on with this guy. You know, what is this? This is a bad guy. Who's this guy? So I need to do something that tell a little bit, but don't tell nothing at the same time. You know what I mean? And I think with different covers that I try, and I ask different people that I know were closer to me, and I think this was the winner for everybody. So, well, now that we know the story, that's the perfect cover for it. And as I'm showing you right in the video, because we're streaming live, or
we're not streaming live. It's gonna go on the YouTube channel.
Okay,
so
because I'm streaming live right now.
It's gonna go live as soon as I can edit it, and well, at least the audio will go live as soon as I can get it up.
This is the comic book, guys. Just get it. Dearmascomic.com.
So, tell me more about what was for somebody who wants to make their own comic book per se.
The struggle.
What advice can you give them?
Oh man,
I got an idea. I'm an artist. I got somewhat of a framework of a story.
You?
Man, I'm just giving you an idea. And
okay.
How do I start?
Okay. First of all, you need to be passionate about it. You see, it's easy to say like I wanna be a policeman.
Right.
But if you don't really have passion about it, you will not do it. You know, it's like you need to start like asking questions and going to places, and people need to know that you really have something that is going to help you to become a policeman. Well, for the comic book, it's like first if I need to tell an advice for somebody that is want to do their comic books, first try to pitch the companies. If you are just wanted to draw, if you want to be an inker, a penciler, a colorist, you know, first submit your work to every company. They are open. All of them are open to get the submissions.
Really?
You can go. You can start with Image Comic if you want to, and they are openly accepting every ideas,
Image will be more open to. They seem they take a lot of independent creators.
Yeah, but in my research, I find Marvel and DC too.
They have their own labels that do that.
Yeah, well, the Marvel and DC, they have a lot of paperwork to read because they're like saying like
they don't want to get sued or anything. Like that, right?
And also they are like, keep your originals. We are not going to worry about your work.
Right.
Blah blah blah, and they're most like they have there's that big, so it's gonna be difficult. But they are not saying don't send us anything. They are willing to accept everything. So try, because they have a department that is opening letters and watching what you got. I mean, the only thing you want to do is drawing, sketching, painting. Maybe they have their place for you. In my case, I wanted to show a story. I wanted to share a whole story, a whole new character, and nobody will give me that opportunity.
Right.
I needed to do it by myself. So it's either I really take this seriously and do it, or I don't do it at all.
Right.
So I really start doing it with passion.
Right.
And as soon as I get my story real, I like the beginning. In fact, you know what? Later I will show you. I have like 5 ends. You know,
how the comic book
5 endings
right.
from the story that I struggle to choose one of them.
Wow.
But it's like that when you're happy with everything that you have, and you say, well, this is it. I need to end this story. How this is going to end? So I need to choose the best ending for the story. It took me 2 years to. I don't know if because my English was my main language. That took me 2 years to finish it.
Right.
But it took me 2 years to finish the story.
Wow.
And then I draw every panel in pencil, and I organize every.
So you didn't even go
page.
Straight to a computer. You didn't.
No.
You did it first in pencil.
Everything in pencil, and then I make the pages in pencil to see how it looks, to build it as
an idea. Right.
To see how I'm gonna put the character on. It looked like when you're going to record some TV show that you put the images of the
like a storyboard.
Like a storyboard. Exactly as a storyboard. And I was doing it like that. And I started like eliminating some ideas and all that. And it took me another year of that.
Wow.
Because I needed to see the whole story. I cannot start just because I build one issue.
Right.
One issue is not the whole deal.
No.
So I needed to see the whole deal. And it took me like a year also. And when I was feeling very ready to do it, then I started doing digitally, Photoshop and Illustrator or whatever. And suddenly, iPad arrived with the pencil, and I bought that, and I find a great app that helped me to do it way better, just touching my drawing right there, not using the mouse and trying to trace it or whatever. It became more and more easy for me to digitalize the drawings, and here we are.
So, but people to get the grasp on is that you actually did the art yourself, you did the coloring yourself, you did the plot and the story yourself, you did everything yourself, even the editing, all yourself.
Yeah,
the computer, because you have to lay out before you send it out to the printer. You actually got your own business, your own LLC, your own Dearmas Comics,
incorporated the business.
Sent it out to the printer, got it printed. And now we're looking at, we've sold about more than 100 comic books.
More than 100, already
great.
In the pre-sale.
And just the pre-sale alone.
4th of July, we will have officially in the Amazon Comixology comic digital shop.
Well, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, but 4th of July for anybody listening to after that.
Yeah, 4th of July, man. It's gonna be everywhere in the Comixology.
All right.
Catalog.
And, the digital version, I think you didn't explain, the digital version is going to have some panels that did not fit on your print version.
That's true. That's
you had to eliminate, right?
Yeah, because I didn't know what's going to happen when I send it to the print shop.
Right.
The editor over there told us that it's a 20 pages book. So 4 pages, I cannot count those 4 pages because that was the cover, the back cover. So those 4 pages are not going to be part of the story. So I said, what? Then I just left with 20 pages, and I have like 24 or 26 or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So
you had to eliminate some stuff.
I called them, and the lady was very nice, and she said, well, you just need to delete some pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Delete some pages.
You just been working on the story for 2 years.
Oh my God. So I sit down and start like deciding which page can you read both, right? Digital.
I did read the digital, and
so it was
and
good.
there is some parts in that bring some light to better than the print one. But if you read the print one, you pretty much get the idea of what the story's going, how is it starting, you know.
And the page that I delete for the print, it didn't have that dramatic change,
right?
You know, it's just play with your imagination there. So I tried to do it the best way possible.
So the online version has like the deleted scenes, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Deleted scenes.
The extra special
right.
features.
The director's cut.
Yeah, the commentary. Yeah, that's what's up.
That's great. That's great.
All right, so man, thank you so much for coming by today, Albert. I really appreciate it, and plug in everything. Okay, the comic book is available now, practically, because this is going to be up already. So it's going to be available now on Comixology, of course, the Amazon app. So if you just want a digital copy and read it for yourself, you still are selling copies on I'm go ahead and plug your website.
Dearmascomics.com, DEARMAS comics.com, and you can buy the physical copy there.
Right.
If you like to have it in your hand.
They're signed.
Yeah, signed.
You throw in some, but I don't know if you're still doing a digital copy as well?
Yeah, the pre-sale package is still there.
Okay, pre-sale package.
It's going to end in August 25.
They get the stickers, they get the digital copy,
a sketch.
and a sketch.
Yeah.
Exclusive sketch.
So
and that's great.
Do you have any other stories planned for us?
Yeah, stories
like different
aside from Alienox. Yeah, I'm working two other stories.
Okay.
One is called Bunnyhood, and it's a satire. That's the way.
Satire.
Yeah, it's a satire about corruption, government, society. And I'm doing it with silly, cute rabbits. You know what I mean? It's like one of those rabbits will be a very bad one, you know, but it's going to look so cute. And I'm playing with the world they pretend us to see, but in reality, it's not like that pretty and cute. You know what I mean? It's going to be awesome. It's the first time I write something about satire, whatever is going on in society. So it will be action, comedy.
It's gonna be a little comedy.
Yeah. And the other one is called These Guys. These Guys is three friends based in the 1990s. And they are just being teenagers, you know, using every element of the 90s and what stories about what happened in those days. And how different, so people see the difference between how you hang out and how you used to hang out in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, it would be funny for the reader because, oh yeah, I remember that phone. Oh yeah, I remember this what we did back in the days. Or yeah, everybody danced like that. You know, it was like crazy TBT kind of story comic book. It would be fun. And every issue will be start and end. It's not going to be a story for all the issues. So you want to buy one just to see what it is, and you like every story. Then the next one will be another story, but you will be more related to the characters in the next one. But you can just read one.
Yeah, it sounds like putting a sitcom on paper. That's dope.
Oh my God, he say it perfectly.
Yeah.
It will be like that.
Awesome.
That's how it is. You can see the covers of these two new projects and the Dearmascomics.com as well.
Awesome.
They're in the store area.
All right, great.
And you can see it
we're actually going to be at some Comic Cons, so go ahead and plug that as well.
we're
in Florida.
We're gonna be in Kissimmee.
That's right.
Right in the Infinity Toys and Comic Con event.
Yes. And Geek Culture Congress will be with you as well. We'll be out there because we're promoting. We need some more listeners. We need some more listeners so we can sell some commercials. Yeah. And make some money because this podcast hosting is not cheap.
You should print some flyers though.
Yeah. Oh, it's already done already.
Okay, cool.
It's on the way.
Yeah, that's cool. So really we're gonna have a blast there, and it's amazing because the 25th. We are going to launch officially the comic book Alienox in every platform, digital platform. So the pre-sale will end that day, and you gotta get just the comic book, no special gift, and no sketches, no stickers, no everything like that. It will be the end of it, and you also gotta find it everywhere. So Kindle, Barnes and Noble, you know, every digital platform, they're gonna be there. The 25th of August. So it's like synchronized, not planned that way, but crazy synchronized that the launch date is hand with hand with Infinity Toys and Comic Con. And we're waiting for another Comic Con.
Yes, we're going to try. We have moving everything into place to be at MegaCon Tampa. So hopefully we'll be able to make that official soon.
And for people that doesn't know where the Infinity Comic Con is, will be in Kissimmee.
Kissimmee, and that's I forgot the name of the place.
Sports Arena, something like that.
Sports Arena, the Osceola.
Osceola, yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot. I don't know. I don't live over there.
It's in the webpage. Right. You can go to dearmascomic.com. Yep. We have a click there, a banner. Okay, cool. And you can click there and go straight to the ticket.
They can get a sketch from you. They can get a signed comic.
Man. I want to know everybody that bought, that live in Orlando. There's so many people in Orlando that bought the comic already.
Yes.
And if they can go there and we can just make something for them different.
Right.
Bring the comic. I can just draw something for you or sign it in the front page with some message that you want or whatever. Just go there and we're going to have fun.
All right.
Really celebrating the launch of the Alienox comic.
When is it? August 13th?
Oh, August 13th.
Hold on.
What happened August 13th?
No, I'm trying the Infinity Comic Con.
It's 25th.
The 25th. Okay,
yeah.
So you're right. Yes, August 25th and 26th.
Yeah.
And we will be out there as well.
And maybe we get some police to chase you and see if you can draw.
Well,
kick it back old school. The police used to chase you.
You know what? We can draw people there, right? We can do that.
Sure.
I'm open to do some sketches there.
Sketches of people right there.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
So Albert, hang out with us because we're going to talk a little bit shop about some other things happening on, and you could chime in too.
Okay.
I know you like Marvel stuff like us.
Yeah.
And you like some Batman. You know.
I like Batman too.
You're not crazy about Superman, but it's okay.
No, Superman. I don't like
We've had
Superman.
these discussions before.
Superman is problematic.
Yeah. So that's why Batman has all those contingency plans. See, he knows already.
Yeah.
But anyway, so. Of course, Ant-Man and Wasp is coming soon to a movie theater near you, which is we'll finally find out what happens to Ant-Man and after Civil War.
Yeah.
So any predictions, things you're looking forward to on the movie, Tarek?
I'm not. Ant-Man's funny.
Yeah.
And while Ant-Man and Wasp funny
as comedy or funny because they're funny?
They're funny as comedy. So I'm not going to predict anything for this.
It's going to be at least an entertaining movie.
I just think it's going to be an entertaining movie. I'm not.
You don't think it's going to be
predicting
revelations for
I'm not predicting any big
what's happened already?
It's almost kind of its own universe. So there may be some predictions in there.
There you go.
There might be some flashbacks. They got Goliath in there.
That whole miniature universe is its own universe.
Yeah. So they might there might be some flashbacks. There might be some stuff what happened before. Maybe we'll get some Captain Marvel, flashbacks. But I'm not predicting any big tie-ins to give away like Infinity War.
What you think, Albert? What are you looking forward to in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Well, I think they're going to try to justify the Wasp in the next Avengers movie. And the way that they were going to do that, in theory, my theory is that they're going to use what they call the super shrink that they when he
go into the different universe,
the time,
the name of it I forget right now.
The
quantum universe, something like that.
Quantum universe. Yeah, when he hits that place,
right,
where time is not the same whatsoever. I think that part will be like side by side with what happened with Thanos.
Infinity War, yeah.
Yeah, so...
interesting theory. See?
I think that... I'm waiting to see
Albert brought the heat today. Look at that. You might have on this podcast more often.
I'm waiting to see something like that happen. And I'm kind of sad that the trailers portray now the Ant-Man as a dumb guy. He was very cool in the Ant-Man movie because either he was very like naive,
right?
But he wasn't dumb,
right?
No, you know.
True.
And in these movies, like he's dumb and she's the superhero.
She's the smart one,
and I didn't like that chemistry. I don't know how it will look or portrayed in the movie.
It's kind of the way my wife treats me at home. So
hit home for a lot of people.
It's the story of every husband.
I have personal stakes at the movie, probably. You know.
Let's see. Let's see because the way they doing it in the trailer is like he's gonna be the dumb.
We'll see.
Let's see.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be a good time in the movies.
I want to enjoy it.
And the last thing we'll talk about today is actually we talked about our last podcast at the end that Batman and Catwoman comic book came out, the Marriage comic book.
Okay.
But spoiler alert.
You read it already?
No, I didn't read it already, but I read the spoiler already. Because I haven't spent my money, and I'm glad I didn't, because guess what? Catwoman left Batman at the altar. What do you think about that, Terry?
That's a spoiler.
I mean, that's kind of in a cat's nature, right? You ever call one? They don't come. They do what they want to do.
But so much buildup. I mean, the business side of it, so much buildup for issue 50 of Batman that he's supposed to marry Catwoman, and at the end, there's no freaking wedding. What's going on?
I mean, there's no happy marriages in comic books.
Oh, come on.
There's not.
It's true. It's true.
No
Even
really
Spider-Man.
Yeah, but they ruined that on purpose. So that was a happy wedding.
Which
happy
wedding? Spider-Man and Mary Jane?
Yeah, they ruined that on purpose.
Maybe in what universe?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I have one book that they're old, both of them, and they hate each other.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's like,
you
don't know. Somebody maybe get killed outside the street. Just go. I want to be alone, damn it. It's like that. So it's like crazy for poor Spidey.
Speaking about Spider-Man and other universes, we also have the sequel to Spider-Verse coming out in the comic book, Marvel comic books, which is called Spider-Geddon.
Yeah.
So apparently, if you've already read Spider-Verse, spoiler alert, the vampires that eat spiders, spider totems, or the spider powered people from different universes somehow get out wherever they're trapped at, and they come for revenge. Apparently, that's comic book.
It would be cool.
That's coming soon.
Do
that looks like it's going to be very
you ever read the
cool.
comic book Monster Unleashed?
Monster Unleashed? No.
Oh man, you need to read that. It's not story-wise like great story, but the sketches, dude.
Yeah?
They have a bunch of artists working in those comic books. It's like, I think they're not too many. It's just 12 copies, 12 issues or something like that. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Like Wolfman and Frankenstein, stuff like that?
No. Monster, like Godzilla kind of monsters.
Okay.
Trying to conquer the world and all that.
Okay.
And all the Avengers are fighting this monster, and they cannot do anything. And suddenly some monsters are helping the Avengers. And when they try to figure out what's going on, they find that this is a kid that every monster he drew on a notebook, it became real. It's amazing that it's a Marvel.
I think I might have read something like that before.
Yeah.
Now you
it's called
explain it to
Monster
me.
Unleashed.
I might have
You're
read
going to
something
love
like
it
that.
because it's colorful. The drawings are amazing.
Wow.
And it's very, very entertaining. Very entertaining.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Albert, for being part of Geek Culture Congress today.
It's over
We wish you, that's it.
My God.
We wish you a bunch of success with the book. And
Thank you.
And that's it for us for today, Geek Culture Congress. We sign off, Tarek. You want to let them know you got anything going on in your world, your universe?
I just follow me on the socials on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and my YouTube page is up. Go there, check out some videos.
All right, awesome.
Oh, my.
Go ahead and drop plug in
network.
everything again,
Yeah.
Albert. Let's remind everybody about the comic book with everything that's available.
The pre-sale of Alienox is going on right now. It's going to end August 25th. So go ahead now and take advantage of this opportunity. Alienox will be at your door with an original sketch, signed with original stickers, and a link for a digital copy with never before seen panels that is not included in the final print of the paperback issue. So go ahead and go to dearmascomics.com. Dearmas is spelled like Dearmas comics.com, and just go ahead and click with the pre-sale button and you're gonna have a lot of stuff and have a lot of fun reading this crazy story about a guy contacted from
alien race inside
some
him.
alien that live inside him.
So drop your socials. The official page for Dearmas Comics is on Facebook. You can go like that right now as well.
Facebook.com/Dearmas Comics. The same for Instagram. The same for Twitter. The same for YouTube also. I managed to do everything Dearmas Comics, so it won't be that complicated. And everybody just go there and find it.
And if they want to follow you personally, of course, they might see a bunch of stuff in Spanish, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be full of Spanish stuff, but I would really appreciate if you follow also in Instagram, Twitter, at Albert King AlbertKinng. Two N's in King. And in Facebook, also search for Albert King, and you're gonna find me there. So I have a public page and a personal page. If you look good, I will accept you right away.
All right. Of course, follow us, Geek Culture Congress on Facebook, Instagram. Follow me, my nocturnal life as a DJ. Follow me as DJ Speedy JR on all the socials. And that's it for Geek Culture Congress today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one. And hopefully next week we'll be back with Joey Franchise and some more theories, and us talk about some Ant-Man and Wasp and what we saw, and everything else happening in Geek World. Until next time, same bad channel. Have a good one, guys.